here we are. We are doing the thing. What is happening, friends and family and fans of all ages? You are now tuned in to the Pop-Off. Listen, there's been a couple weeks where things got a little crazy. Life be lifing. So we weren't able to get up in here, but now we are back once again. I say that far too often. Don't sweat it. There's tons of other great shows here on the Pop-Off Network, so don't you even sweat it. We'll talk about those later. So without further ado, let's jump in to all the madness that is this week in sports. But I can't do this thing by myself. You know I got a sick crew beside me, and of course I had to close my eyes because just imagining the energy that these guys are going to bring is something you are not ready for. So let's go through the roster, see what's up today. Mr. Gene Fitzmagic, what is happening, my guy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Glad to be back with you, my guys. My fellow Jet fan, James Booty. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. And I know we got a lot to talk about because these freaking Jets, right? So.
And you know what, without further ado, let's just jump right over to Mr. James Woody. How are you? And those lovely locks and the Jets.
Lock's still flowing for now. The Jets definitely not flowing at all. But like Gene said, I couldn't be happier to talk sports with my guys. Anytime that I am talking sports, looking at the faces that I'm looking at right now is a good day. So, like Ice Cube said, today is about to be a good day.
And last but certainly not least, the man who is more charged up than his Chargers, leading a squad of people behind him as a producer, as a leader, as an everyday man who always gets his cuts fresh. Caleb, what's up, guy?
What's the deal, brother?
Yeah.
And shout out to my Eagles, because the Chargers from LA, but you know what I mean, I don't know. I love Herbert though, but I don't know what's going on with them. We can get into them because what just happened to them says a lot.
Facts. Hey, okay, you know what? Without further ado, let's just jump into it. Let's get over to the recap area where we know that the San Francisco 49ers, wow, what a game last night. If you didn't watch, it came down to the wire. Yet another overtime game, but the San Francisco 49ers came up with the win 26-23 against the Rams in the Rams' house. That game was epic. San Francisco 49ers now 4-1, shockingly. The LA Rams fall to 3-2. Guys, let's very, very quick recap. How do we feel about this game? Anybody can chime in. Anybody can talk about it. If you watched, let us know. If you didn't, also let us know.
Fool's gold.
Wow, coming out with the cliche.
Listen, what they say, everything that glitter ain't gold, and that's damn sure that. There might be lab diamonds right there. You put the text on it, that should be like beep, beep. You know, listen, they're good. I'm not going to front on Frisco, but they're not doing anything. They're 4-1. They lost. The Rams lost last night, and I give shout out to Sean McVay for what he said. He said, "It's all on me. I made a bad call. It was a bad call." Right? It was. He handed it off to a dude who's 5'9", 200 pounds, when you know Robert Saleh, he was just threatened the head coach last week, said, "I'll kill you." That dude sent a zero blitz. You know it's 4th-1. He's coming. That's what he does. So you know what's going to happen. So what you should have done is something off to the side, something that looks like the run. You saw what we did to the Bucs. Gene was there. He's seen it. Everybody thought the push was coming. Everybody thought the push was coming. And my boy just handed it off to Saquon, who nearly skipped into the end zone. Nobody was there because everybody thought it was going to be what it has been. So what I'm saying is that's what the Rams should have done. Of course, McVay didn't. But it's like, I think the Niners, they are definitely good. Let me tell you, Mac Jones, Lord have mercy. I guess Shanahan really is the quarterback whisperer because he has this dude playing. I mean, what did he throw for like 340-something yards last night? I think it's the second most yards he's ever thrown in his career. He's been in the league 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like it's insane. But
342.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to diss the Niners or nothing because, you know, it's hard. It's the NFL. Every week is a different thing. Anything can happen. But I just feel like it's fool's gold. I think the Rams will absolutely beat them the next time they play them. And it's like the Rams are such a better team. You know what I mean? And I just think that it wasn't luck because they did the thing. But I just feel like, it just doesn't feel like they're dominant like it has been in the past seasons with the Niners, where everybody knew it was like Niners and Philly. Like nobody, those guys, you know what I mean? It's not like that right now, at least not on the Niners side.
Well, I think the Rams, as a Jeff fan, I know when a team is shooting themselves in the foot. And the Rams had the AK, just all these different mistakes, fumbles. That kicker, bro, they were hyping up Cardi. I don't know, because now, he is the one that served them up on a platter, the 40-yard line with that horrific kick to start the OT. That was, it was just a lot of mistakes. With, that last play call with McVay, I do agree they should have went for it on 4th and 1, go for that win. But to Caleb's point, the play call itself probably should have been better. But yeah, the Rams, in my opinion, are the better team. They, made a whole lot of mistakes. They lost themselves the game. And to Caleb's point, the Niners, I'm not going to say they're dominant, 4-1, but I think it's a testament because they are in the cupboard right now. Like, Ayuk didn't even play. What's his name? Juwan Jennings got hurt. Ricky Pearsall got hurt. No George Kittle. And, you want to talk about next man up. Mac Jones threw for 342. Kendrick Bourne looked like T.O. He had over 100 yards, 10 catches. Like, what? He's having these guys who on any other team would look like 4th string, and he's having them put up Pro Bowl numbers. So I think the coaching on both sides, because the Niners, they were losing linemen. They already lost Nick Bosa. This is Saleh and Shanahan. Like, we back, like they back, we back, whatever they back to what it was elite coaching, regardless of the personnel out on the field. Coaching wins games, and that's what they're doing. They're winning games. So am I, terrified on paper? Yeah, probably not. But, the games is played on the field. And on the field, they've been doing some work.
What up, Marks and Mikes? I believe you're new here, so thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe. Listen, with the 49ers' best move at this stage in the season, right, is just doesn't matter how you win. Just stack those wins. Stack those wins. The Rams let them off the hook. The Rams needed to win this game. They got the Niners at a spot where they're weak. They got them at home. It's a divisional game. This is a must-win game. I mean, this is never a must-win game week 4, but you get what I'm saying. Like, this is a game you just can't afford to lose in the division against a team that's exposed on defense with injuries, on offense with injuries. To not win this game is if I'm a Rams fan, I'm just really down because we let one slip away. And again, for the 49ers, just stack those wins away until you get those reinforcements back. Pearsall's going to be back. Jennings will be back. Ayuk will be back. What Ayuk we get, we don't know. But you got Robert Saleh, who is, as much as people want to say what Shanahan is for quarterbacks, Saleh is for defenses, because even though he wasn't a good head coach in New York, we've all kind of said that he needed to go. But the one thing we didn't want to happen is him leave our defense, because at least the defense was solid, right? He's back in San Francisco, and he's doing things on defense there too. This is a game that that the Rams are gonna wish at the end of the season that they had. Mm-hmm. And good for the 49ers stacking up these wins. And you know what? Could Mac Jones be the next Sam Darnold?
Oh God.
I mean, I don't want to. I already got.
He don't have a knee. You saw what happened with his knee last night.
I know, but I called Sam Darnold back when he was in Carolina. I said this guy's gonna be the guy, and I was right. And I said it about Justin Fields, and we'll hold out on talk on that.
No, we're not holding on talk of that.
Keep holding.
Season's not even over. He played 3 games. He looked phenomenal in one.
They're 0-4.
He's 0-3. He looked phenomenal in one of the games.
I don't care how good you look. You still got knocked out. You ever see Top Gun? When he told Maverick, he said that was some of the best flying I've seen yet. Right up to the point where you got killed.
Listen, when you see that 43-yard run where he just glides in and out of blocks, You realize if he could be more consistent, he
feel
could
you,
be a
Mark.
special player.
If that is the title of the Justin Fields story is if. Okay.
100%. 100%. I'm just saying, I did call Sam Darnold. I'm calling Justin Fields, and I'm going to call Mac Jones. I think there's more to Mac Jones than what we've seen in New England. I think his career is not going to be in San Francisco, right? We know that. Like, he'll be there for a year. If he gets to play a bunch of games there, he'll probably get what Sam Darnold got last year. He'll go somewhere else, and he'll get to start, and then we see what he really has. I think the kid can turn it around. Will he be a all-pro quarterback? Maybe not, but I think he could be a Pro Bowl quarterback. I think he could lead a team to some wins, and we'll see. But so I don't think they're in a bad spot with Mac Jones there. But I do think this is a game that the Rams, come the end of the season, are going to wish that they had, because the one thing with the 49ers is they're 4-1 right now, and they haven't even been healthy.
Right.
Wait till they get healthy, and wait till they get back to, obviously Bosa's not coming back. We know that. But wait till they get the offensive reinforcements back, man. They're gonna wish they had this win
next week. They said Kittle's
so
back.
there you go. Kittle's back already next week. I think Pearsall, they say, might be back next week as well. So these guys are gonna come back, and you know what? Shame on the Rams, so they let one slip away.
It's a really good start for the 49ers.
Mark with the mics uses it. That's your line, Caleb.
Of course, but I know it's a cliche. Everybody knows that.
I know, but you use it on the show at least once a week.
Oh yeah, I mean, but I didn't even want to say it because I was like, y'all already know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
it's gonna be that one, or it's gonna be about your auntie and your uncle. You know,
that was the one I was gonna say. Yeah,
it's like it's either way. But I get it. But I just, look, I want to see him do well. I hate when people come to the league and just like it just goes bad for them. Like your boy, what's his name that was on the Jets, the pretty boy with the mom that everybody liked. The blonde.
Oh, exactly.
I don't even remember his name.
Exactly. Is he even in the league?
He's on the Dolphins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll probably see him eventually.
But is it Wilson? Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean. Like, I feel bad for him. Like, I would love to see those guys actually do something, but it's just hard, man. But shout out to him. He got to win. Mac Jones got to win. Whatever you say, he 4-1. He got 3 of the wins.
He's 3-0.
3-0.
They've looked better with him than with Purdy. I mean, if Sierra was here, it'd be time for a conversation, because I don't know, the team seems to be moving with the Mac attack.
Purdy brings the mobility that Mac doesn't. That's what I will say. That is a necessary thing in this league now. You got to be able to move a little bit, and Mac moves like Tom Brady.
Well, right now the only move Brock is moving to IR, but we gonna see.
No, I get it. No. Listen, Star Spangled, I get it. I feel the same way, but because people like Dak Prescott can get so much money, it sets the board, the what do you call it? The scale for the position. It's like now when you just mediocre, you can get 30 million. You know what I mean? Like it's just what the position calls for. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Well, what I'm going to do is make sure that all our listeners and like watchers, all y'all, I'm going to remind you, don't forget to share, subscribe, like, do all the things that we need to do to succeed, because you guys are helping us succeed and we want to succeed and we want you to succeed by watching us. Also, shout out to Johnny Boy, Marks with the mic. Who else we got up in there? Star Spangled, awesome. Thank you so much for chiming in. And don't forget, if you're watching, listening, jump over to YouTube and make sure throw some comments in there, because we go off like nobody's business on all of the things. We try to leave nobody out and be as inclusive as possible. Not like some people, like the infamous IndyCar racer Danica Sue Patrick, who has had a couple things to say about the Super Bowl 60 performer, Bad Bunny. This is a big deal. It was just announced last week that Levi Stadium, which is in Santa Clara, California, which is home of the San Francisco 49ers, is going to house Super Bowl 60. And the halftime show is going to be by none other than three-time Grammy-winning Puerto Rican rapper, Bad Bunny. But there's been a lot of controversy. There's been good, there's been bad, there's been ugly about this call. So once again, I'm going to open it up to the field. I'd love to hear your positives, your negatives, or maybe your neutrals about Bad Bunny doing the halftime show Super Bowl 60.
I gotta be honest, I can't even believe it's been such a hot button issue for the last few days, but it really has, right? It really has dominated social media. It's ridiculous that we actually all really care about who the performer is. I think it's funny is everyone wants to throw the un-American thing around when he's Puerto Rican, so he is American. That's part of it. But those same people that have a problem with that version of the story, if that's what they want to go with, those are the same people that probably didn't have a problem when it was Paul McCartney, probably didn't have a problem with Shania Twain, probably didn't have a problem with Rolling Stones or The Who. So, or even The Weeknd, who is from up north, but those kind of people probably did have a problem with The Weeknd. So, it's really sad that we are making it such an issue when it should have been just a little factoid that we had, a little note. Okay, all right, we'll see him at the Super Bowl. And a lot of people are killing him. Oh, well, he won't even tour in the U.S. Why should he? He'll do this one. I gotta be honest. That's a little bit more commendable to me. If he doesn't agree with something that's going on in the U.S., whether you agree with his stance or not, right? Whether you like ice or you don't like ice, that's your decision. But the fact that he doesn't, and he says, I don't want to have a concert. I don't want to tour in the U.S. because I know they'll be there to harass my fans. You know how much money he's missing out by not touring the U.S.? He's actually, for once, someone in the entertainment field is putting their money where their mouth is, literally, because the amount of money he's losing by not touring in the U.S. is astronomical. I wouldn't even know. Who knows how much? I mean, he's the biggest streamed artist in the world. So if you've seen what Taylor Swift did a couple of years ago, he probably could have did something like that as far as the amount of money it would have generated. So the fact that he was saying, hey, it doesn't go along with my principles, so I'm not going to tour there, whether you agree with it or not agree with it, you got to give him credit because the amount of money he's missing out on, he put his money where his mouth is. He has conviction in his principles, and for that, I can at least respect that for sure.
What do you think, Woody?
Hey, Emery.
I didn't even know that it was a hot button topic. I won't lie. I did hear the announcement, and I said, when I heard the announcement, I turned to my wife and I said, "Damn, I think this is the first, Super Bowl guest that makes me feel washed." Like usually, the guest is somebody who like, oh yeah, I grew up, listening to them, or whatever. Like, oh okay, I know their catalog. But I can't even lie. Like I might know one Bad Bunny song, or like I know he was like a feature on like a couple of songs, but I cannot name one. If someone stopped me in the street and said, "I'm gonna shoot you in the head if you can't name a Bad Bunny song," I'm gonna have to call my wife. Like, yo,
listen,
we need to set our affairs.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If that ever happens to you, FaceTime me. And if I see a FaceTime from Woody, I'm going to answer it immediately. I'm one of the biggest Bad Bunny fans. That is my man. I love him. I've been to at least 10 of his concerts, like 4 in Miami, 5 in LA. I went to see him in the DR. Like, I'm really good friends with his manager, Noah. Shout out to Noah. That's my man. So, and I'm very familiar with his music, but also the Spanish language. So I understand what people are saying. Like, well, I don't understand it. Yeah, I get that. Because it's funny to me because there's a lot of people that act like it. I'm like, y'all don't know nothing he talking about. Y'all know what the song is saying or nothing. You know what I mean? But,
you know what? That's funny. My wife is Colombian. We've been together forever. I know no Spanish. But you know what? The one thing about music that's awesome? You don't need to really understand. You just gotta. Here's my point. Vibe.
Guess what? I'm gonna share something with y'all. I don't know nothing these young niggas be saying on their music either. They're from Atlanta. I don't know what the hell he's just saying.
That mumble rap, man, got me. It's because of that lean, man. That purple drink.
I know more of what Bad Bunny is saying in a second language that I learned than I know from people who speak English in a southern state making music. I have no idea. yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Caleb Migos over here.
I get it, but it's very funny to me. And the real truth is, I just think it shows it's the thing that's going on in America right now on the politics side with this push for nationalism and I'm not even gonna go as far as say racism, but it's narrative. It's more prejudiced, right?
It's a political thing.
Yeah.
Wherever the ones who are complaining, it really depends on where you stand politically. It's really who's complaining and who's not complaining.
And if you know and of course, if they know, Benny is very political. He got a lot of songs where he's talking about politics in Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. Like he's when those Puerto Rican riots were happening, he was out there. He was out there. Like I'm telling you, like he's real with it. So he's not playing with how he feels and what he thinks as far as politically, and he's never hidden it, right? But he's one of the biggest stars in the world. He streams more than Drake. He's bigger than all of them, right? Taylor Swift is the only person who can compete with Benny as far as sales and streams and all that. I saw him in stadiums 3 or 4 times. He sold out Miami Stadium where the Hard Rock where the Dolphins play 3 nights in a row. I went to each one of them. I'm telling you, I've seen it with my eyes. That man is ridiculously big, and he's by himself. He don't even have an opening act. How about that? That's like Michael Jackson shit. I'm telling you now. Yeah. So I get it and I understand it's an American game. It's an American thing. It should be the World Cup, not the Super Bowl. I get it. But I think it's more based on the political world that we're in right now with everything. And like for our president to say he's going to send ICE. Listen, let me just tell you, I thought that was very funny. I was like, Donald, what a dick. Because it's just like, why would you do that? Why would you even say that, right? It's just messed up, but that's the climate that we're in. So I understand it, but it's too late. It's going to happen. He's going to perform. People are going to watch it, and people are going to be surprised that they actually like it. There'll be people that are going to diss it because they don't understand, but who cares? You know what I mean? It's going to be a great performance. It's only going to be 20 minutes, 25 at the most. Then it'll be done, and that's it. And then the game will continue. So, I just think it's a mountain out of a molehill. And
100%.
It shouldn't be this politically charged as it's become. That's what I'll say. But I'm a huge fan. I think he's
me as well. And someone posted something the other day, and I wish I could give him the credit. It was just I was just going through reels, as when you're swiping through social media, and someone goes, "It's one thing they get it if you can't understand what he's saying." But then they play the Dave Matthews Band, and I love Dave Matthews too. And here's Dave Matthews singing, and you can't understand a word Dave Matthews is saying either. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. And it's to Caleb's point. There's so much music out there that nobody understands, but people bob their head. Like, I defy someone to tell me what the hell Eminem is saying in Rap God. Do you know what I mean? I defy you to tell me what he said. What's that Busta Rhymes song? Look at me now. I defy you.
Yep. Right. That song, exactly. Bro. I gotta get away.
That's the only part I know. So my thing is this: listen, if you're not familiar with Bad Bunny, this is the chance to get familiar with him. Maybe you'll love it. Or maybe your brain is so backwards thinking that you already have in your mind you won't even give it a shot to like. And I just noted Nigel's hat. And you're going down. I'm sorry. I saw that.
Oh, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Okay, listen, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna say my little 2 cents. Literally, it's gonna be a 2 cents, and we'll walk away from it.
Wait, you're not even from here. You're Canadian, man. You don't get to say.
I don't get to say.
See, that's the problem right there.
Hey, you'll be the 51st state eventually. Go.
And I was hoping somebody would bite on that because I'm done. I made my 2 cents right there. You did it for me. Here's the thing.
He's worried about the Grey Cup halftime show.
Here's the thing. I am. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am. Here's the thing. It's about at the end of the day. Caleb is correct. 20 minutes, 25 tops. At the end of the day, it's about that vibe. It's about the vibe. It's not 100%. About the politics. It's not about anything other than the vibe, man. It's like, how can we keep the energy sustained after hopefully what is a fantastic first half of football that everybody's on board for? How do we maintain that energy so we can go into the second half? Because the third quarter is the absolute worst to watch because everybody's getting back into their rhythm, right? That's what it's about. It's the vibe, man. I don't even know, but I don't know about Bad Bunny like that. But I'm down just to catch a couple tracks. Why not? And if the spectacle is good enough, look what The Weeknd did in the height of the pandemic in 2021. This guy's walking through all kinds of like this amusement park-esque room, and it's just like people appreciate it at the time, but the energy kept going up because people were just like, wait, what are we watching? What did we just watch? His performance, shout out to the Canadian, his performance at the end of the day was one of the most, I would say, underrated and fantastic whimsical halftime shows that we've seen. Like, he just took advantage of technology and he did a thing and he capitalized on a character that he created and he kept with the consistency. It was the vibe, right? We're also talking about, I mean, the most latest and greatest Kendrick Lamar, although there was political hints infused in his performance, but it was dialogue and commentary on what's going on in the environment.
Here's the thing. I don't understand how you expect people, and I understand this because people will say, well, you're rich, so you shouldn't be political, like, or have issues with what's happening in the world. Because you're rich, you shouldn't. And I think that's insane to say that, right? Like, because money can only protect you for so long. Yep. You know how many rich Jewish people were in Nazi Germany? Until somebody decided that their money meant nothing. Right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like you have to pay attention to these kinds of things. And I'm not saying you need to be, Malcolm X with it, but I mean, damn, and I mean the young Malcolm, the older Malcolm changed. But you know what I'm saying? It's just I just feel like that whole perspective is crazy. And I get it. We're supposed to be celebrating. Nobody wants to be brought down with the political stance of things. But it's like it's ingrained in everything that we do. You know what I mean? 100%. Like it just is. So, I just wish, we could just enjoy it. I'm sure he's gonna have some political things. Hopefully he don't put nobody in no cage. It's like, damn it, Benny, because then it's gonna go everywhere. But you know what you're gonna do. It's gonna be something. But I'm excited for it. I think it's a mountain out of a molehill, and hey, we just gotta keep going.
I'll say one last piece of this, and then we can move on. Kendrick Lamar performed last year. Yeah. And a lot of people that I know that I'm friends with that didn't agree with his performance. Some of the feedback I got from them was I couldn't even understand a word he said. Well, he spoke English. So it's not, sometimes it's the message you just don't want to hear. So you refuse to hear it. So you don't understand it. And that's, and so at that, and I get it. Listen, we all have our beliefs and that's fine. No one can tell you how to believe. If you want to believe something, if you don't want to believe something, if you believe in this, believe in that, that's fine. But don't give me the fact that the guy speaks Spanish is a big deal when the music is the music. You know what I'm saying? No one shakes their hips to lyrics. They shake their music. They shake their hips to the music. To the rhythm. So let's just open. If you're not into it, give it a chance. Maybe you'll love it. And let's just, and move on. After this week, we probably won't hear about it again until Super Bowl week. Yep. And then we'll hear about it again for about 2 or 3 days after the Super Bowl. And then we'll never talk about it ever again.
Yeah, so. Shout out to
he don't do nothing crazy. Justin Timberlake and Janet. That lasted. Well,
yeah.
And all he did was pull a thing off, and her nipple was covered. And that was like,
it was fierce.
That's what changed. That changed the halftime show. Then they went to old 75-year-old rock stars after that for years.
Yeah,
right.
Wow. Listen, shout out to 2020's Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. They did the damn thing too. So let's move right along with this. I want to get into some meaty stuff. What I want to talk about right now is seems like a negative note, but who is the worst 0-4 team right now? Because there's a lot of things happening. There's the Jets.
It's the Jets.
Everybody
Saints. Knows that.
Oh, wait.
I'm just teasing. I'm gonna have to say it's the Saints. I just wanted to say that to see, but you notice Woody didn't even bat an eye.
He's a Jet apologist. He's
He's the worst Jet. I swear. Woody and Randy Quaid in the second major league. No, the first one. And he's like, you stink. Mr. Choke Thing. You make everything embarrassing. That's Woody from the top. But I'm just teasing. But I think it's the Saints. It's definitely the Saints. I just think it's gonna take a second for Wonder Boy to get the team. And I don't think my boy Spencer is the guy. That is obvious.
Agreed.
So I think that hurts. I think Justin Fields is leap and bounds. He's Peyton Manning compared to Spencer. You know what I mean? So it's that. So I think I'm gonna have to go with the Saints. I think the Jets are better than their record, even though it's hard to say that because your record is who you are. But at the same time, I think they're better than that. Like they have a shot to beat Dallas because Dallas don't have no defense. But I think the Saints are worse.
I think this year is really hard to argue against the Saints being the worst team. Like they just don't have like the pieces. It feels like they don't have anything really on their team. Whereas the Titans, there's a little bit, some building blocks there. People believe in Cam still. It's really, I don't think they believe in Brian Callahan over there. So that's something to look out for. And the Jets, they have players. Long term, it might end up being the Jets because they are clearly the dumbest of the three franchises. And, next year, the Saints might have the first overall pick. They can just get another QB and boom, we're balling. The Jets, they probably gonna, win like 3 games, 4 games. We already got Johnny Boy in the comments talking about Fields is him. We got Gene on this own show talking about Fields is him. We're gonna stick to Fields, continue to be mediocre at best, and just continue the longest playoff drought in all of professional sports. I don't think the other 2 teams long term are on that path. I think they can right the ship. But for this year, it's got to be the Saints.
I want to chime in before you say anything, Gene. Woody, I'm going to call you the surgeon from now on. I'll tell you why. Because when you start any argument and when you start with a statement and a dramatic pause, you're like, this year? I was like, oh, okay, we're all cooked. Because you have a way of making all of us be like, oh, we should have done more research. And then you go into it and you just methodically cut nerves and endings and then tie it all up in a pretty bow and be like, go on your way, son. My ACL is perfect. Thanks. I just nailed it. All right, Gene, go ahead.
I will say this. He might be a surgeon. Sometimes he's been doing heart surgery and he's doing he's scalping the little guy down below. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I can't agree with the guy. It's heart surgery, not a circumcision. I think he's 100% right on the Saints. I think the Saints are going to be bad for a couple of years. I don't think it's going to be a quick fix. And I'll tell you why. I think the cupboards are so bare there. It's going to take hey, it's Evan Spring, CC, what's up? It's going to take a lot to fix that. I think it's going to take more than one draft. Shug's not the guy. They don't have a quarterback. Kamara's how long does he have? So yeah, I think there's a few things where it's like this. Just that cupboard is bare, man. Tennessee, you could say, all right, well, if they, jury's still out on the quarterback, right? It's only been 4 games. Could he be the guy? We'll see. They need to add a couple of pieces, but that's possible, right? There we go. Johnny loves Bad Bunny. And so it's, I do think it's the Saints. I think the Jets are in better shape than the outside looking in or whatever you want to say. I feel that the Jets they are making really dumb mistakes. And I do feel like Tennessee, New Orleans, and the other 2 worst teams for. Yeah. But you know what? So my thing with the Jets is they do a lot of shooting themselves in the foot. What Breece Hall said, other teams will shoot themselves in the foot. We shoot ourselves in the head.
Damn.
And that's just it. There's mistakes there that you can blame the coaching, and I do, right? Because that's one of those the mental mistakes comes on the coaching. The pre-snap penalties, all that stuff, right? Fair catching at the 2-yard line, you should know better. Being too aggressive, you should know better. And, with late hits and whatnot. This also isn't really his team yet. I'm not going to fault Aaron Glenn just yet. Everyone got on him because he said, oh, we're not the same old Jets. Well, what do you expect him to say? Yeah, maybe you're right. We are. No, he's supposed to, if they would have killed him worse for that. So he didn't say anything wrong. He said what he was supposed to say. he doesn't have his team yet. He's still playing with a lot of Salah's guys, and a lot of Salah's guys are undisciplined. So he's going to weed out the undisciplined players. And the one thing too about and I'm blanking on his name right now. Who's the Michael Clemens? One of the dumbest football players I have ever seen. Constantly with the late hits. I mean, Woody, correct me. Where's the lie, right? Constantly with the late hits. Over aggressive when he doesn't need to be. But I think there's also something there when you see a skill set that has a lot of coaches salivate and say, if I could just harness that, I could have myself a top end. Because he's got a ferociousness, he's got a toughness, he's got an anger. And if you could just scale back the dumb plays that he makes, I think you say, if I could harness that, it could be fantastic. So I think he gets extra chances because of that. But I think the Jets aren't. I think they're going to make a lot of moves this year. I love the guy that brought in Brownlee. Hasn't had a chance to play with the Jets yet, but he's the number 1 rated corner against the run, so he's going to get a lot of play. He's going to get a lot of time on the field. I'm not blaming Aaron Glenn just yet. I think they'll be fine. I think they have some stuff that they still need to work out and fix. They got their number 1 receiver. I think they have their quarterback. I think they feel like they have their running back set. Whether or not Breece Hall is going to be part of that going in the future, we'll see. Their line is set for the years to come. There's some things they got to do differently on defense. They need to get that opposite corner. If Brownlee's not the guy, you'll see that'll be a place that they'll address off season. If I think they need to work on the safety spot. I think they need to add a pass, a guy that's going to stuff the run on defense. So I don't think they're a complete team yet. I think that this next offseason is where Aaron Glenn go and Darren Moogie go. They wring their hands. They say, okay, let's get these other pieces that we need. We have our star receiver. We have our quarterback. We have this. We have, there's things that I think they love on this team, but there's also things that they're playing with because it's last year's team. How many times do we see a coach go, right? Because they might have had a decent season, but not the season that you expected. And that new coach come in and go, it's 10-7 or 11-6. And then after that, they suck. Because what happened? They had the old coaches players that they played well with, but they wanted to make the image and the team in their image, changed up those players, and those players weren't good. And look what happened with the Giants when Dable got there. It happened with the Jets when what's his name? He's on the Bucs now. From the Bucs. I'm blanking on his name.
Todd Bowles.
There you go, Todd Bowles. You see it a lot. I think this is just the opposite. And we didn't get crushed. We got crushed in one game, which is a game you'd expect to get crushed against the Bills. We only lost by 2 to Pittsburgh on a last-minute field goal. We lost to 2 in Week 3. We lost by 6 points against Miami. We should have won that. We shot ourselves in the foot. They did. I feel like they didn't beat us. I feel like we threw that win away. It was Deshaun Jackson spiking the ball at the 1-yard line in a punt return. That's what it was.
I'm not going to turn into Jets radio, but you literally said that, the problem is AG. He's working with all Salah's guys, and then all the holes that you identified are all holes that AG's guys brought in. He brought in Brandon Stevens to be the corner opposite of Sauce. I hate that, and I hate that move. He's probably the worst player on the team. Okay, and then safety. They brought in Andre Sisco, another AG guy who has been trashed.
They got him, but they got him at a low risk, high rewards type of spot. They got him on a 1-year deal, low money, and I think that's a low risk, high reward kind of thing. Let's see what we can get. And I think they plan on changing. I don't think he'll be back next year. I like Malachi Moore. I think it's going to be him and Tony Adams, and Tony Adams will have to get it together, or he'll be out next year.
Well, my point is that all the positions that you said that we locked, apart from quarterback, which you might be like blatantly wrong on, all the other positions that you said, those are solid guys. Those are, and you out here attacking the solid administration, but those are the positions that are straight. You don't think we need a defensive tackle?
We need more receivers.
The solid guy is the one receiver, and then who AG brought in?
Wait, I can't give anybody credit.
Tyler Johnson. He
didn't develop Garrett Wilson. I can't give Saleh for getting having Wilson being a great player. I can't give him credit for that.
That was the administration. Who picked him? What are you talking about?
He would have gotten picked top 10 regardless. We can't give credit to a guy that
first receiver drafted.
Okay, maybe they would, and maybe that idiot would have picked Drake London.
I'm saying, but he chose. How that's so crazy that you're going to say, "Oh, I'm not going to give them credit." for drafting a great player.
No, because it was an obvious player.
But it's not obvious because
Give me a guy.
had a lot of.
I have a rule with GMs. You get
Ladies and
0
gentlemen,
points.
once again, you are tuned in to the Pop Off. And would you believe it that Gene and James Woody like the same team?
Yo,
They are fans of the Jets, and they are rooting for the Jets. You would not know it if you're seeing it. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe and share
Yes,
and
please
do all
like and
that fun
subscribe.
stuff. Shout out to for joining in with us. We appreciate you. If you are on the YouTubes, go on and comment. Say a thing. Seven Spring CC, thank you once again for making your comments known and felt. Hey, you know what? We're going to jump from the AFC East and we're going to jump into the AFC North because there is a lot of injuries happening throughout there's like a plague in the AFC North. And I mean, we've overused the word cook, but it looks like there's a lot of teams that are going to be cooked there. So who knows who's going to finish out on top. Right now, Nigel's Pittsburgh Steelers are 3-1. Cincinnati Bengals are 2-2. The Baltimore Ravens are 1-3. They are lined up with the one and only Cleveland Browns. Who would have thunk it? So my question, fellas, is this. Let's go to Woody first, and then after that, Caleb or Gene or Caleb, however you want to answer. With the Ravens at 1-3, what level of concern should they have for the Baltimore Ravens squad on a scale of 1 to 5? Give me your scale of 1 to 5, what concern they should have, and then give us your reason for that. Woody, you go first.
I was actually speaking to a friend about this, and I disagreed with him. It's red alert. Woo! Give me 5. Bro, what's happening? What is happening? The squad is supposed to be amazing on both sides of the ball, like on paper. This is again the on paper versus field thing. Supposed to be fantastic. In the Ravens defense, it's nowhere to be found. They let everybody just hang, 30 on them. Derrick Henry, King Henry. There's not too many, fellow human beings that I call King, but King Henry is out here dropping the ball, literally dropping the ball. They've just not had clutch moments. Lamar Jackson has been fantastic. He was probably on pace for his best year yet, which is saying something since he's already won 2 different MVPs. But now with the hamstring, and we got a couple games of the backup. Not everybody is Kyle Shanahan, where it's just wash, rinse, and repeat. So I think they're in trouble. I don't think they're gonna go undefeated in the games without Lamar. So that means you're even further behind the 8 ball whenever he comes back. And, we gotta play catch up. I guess that division is not going to be too tough because, the Bengals, but in the AFC, right, the AFC as a whole, I think there is going to be a lot of good teams.
Yes.
You got the Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos. You got the Bills, and then now all of a sudden the Colts are a team we got to worry about as a wild card or as a team in the playoffs. So I think the Ravens, I think it's red alert. What can we do to the defense? What kind of drugs can we pump into Lamar to get that boy back on the field? I am scared.
Yeah. So here's what I'll say. I hear you because you're right. It's only red alert depending on the severity of the strain on Lamar's hamstring. Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Because if it's a 2 or above, 3, you're done. But if it's a 2 and they're trying to act like it's a 1, they bring him back too fast, it becomes a 4 and he's done. Right? So that's the thing with hamstrings, because it's the muscle, like you just never know. It's our famous calf thing, right? So you got to be careful with that. But let's just say on the side that it's nothing. He'll be able to come back from it in a couple weeks. Then my alert, I agree with Johnny, it would be about a 3, right? Because you do have to worry about those other teams in the AFC, but because you got an extra game, like there's ways to do things. And these people this is only 4 games in. It ain't like everybody else is just going to be healthy and anything can happen. So your fortunes can change weekly based off of what happens. But even at full strength, they looked great, but something was missing. Like they should have never lost to the Bills. They should have never lost that game, right? Derrick Henry is not just dropping the ball. People are specializing in punching the football while you're running. It's like the best are gonna fumble doing that because you're making a move and there's 4 guys coming and you can only see horse blinders because you got a helmet on. You don't know the dude behind you was coming with the haymaker from, you know what I mean, coming with the people's elbow or what have you on the football. Like it changed, like that's a different thing. I'm not making excuses for him, but what I'm saying is it's not like he's just willy-nilly with the ball, like holding it like a bread basket, you know, like holding it and doing all kind of moves like Lamar be doing. Lamar fumbles because of that shit. Like, bro, right? So he's not doing that. So he'll have to figure that out because he's going to have to cover it up way more because they're just really targeting the football. But be that as it may, the offense is not the issue with the Baltimore Ravens. It's the defense, which is like sacrilege to say when it comes to that team. But it's the defense. I thought that defense was going to be solid this year. I thought the secondary was ridiculous. On paper, it's phenomenal. But they are getting torched out there. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened between last season and this season to where it's so dramatically different. But it is. So that to me is the issue and Lamar's hamstring. Because their season goes with his hamstring. If it's worse than what they say, they're done. Because another quarterback, their offense is completely different. It's a completely different look, and defenses, they're ready for that. You know, Lamar is what gives it its keep you on your toes sort of thing.
To be fair, they've had a tough schedule to start the season, right? Like, I'm looking at their schedule now. Started off against the Bills, had an easy one with the Browns. Then they had the Lions. Then they had the Chiefs. Yeah, that's a tough 4 games. Still going to be 1-3. But I also, you know, you look at what the defense has done. The defense couldn't stop a nosebleed in all those games except for the Browns game, right? So you could say, oh, well, they had a really tough schedule, so it's okay. Like, they have time to bounce back. I know somebody, and I wish I could remember who it was, said they have some winnable games coming up. Texans are not your typical 1-3 team. Texans will be tougher than a regular 1-3 team. I'm not saying they can't beat the Texans, but that's not an easy game. They have the Rams, who are going to be pissed off after losing to the San Francisco. Because they should have won that game. They have the Bears, who have been playing better. So, you know, I don't know, you know, they should beat the Bears, but they have been playing better. Then they have the Dolphins. That should be a win. They have the Vikings. That should be a win. They have the Browns and the Jets. Those should be wins, and the Bengals. So they have a lot of winnable games, but I would say the first couple going into that stretch is still going to be tough games. The only problem I have with it is they're losing to teams that they're going to have to eventually beat in a tough spot in the playoffs or later on in the season. Like, so we can say, oh, well, it's not that big a deal. It's a tough schedule, and their schedule will get easier. That, to me, only says if they do get to the playoffs, it's kind of like what we said earlier about San Francisco, they're just paper tigers. And I always say stack wins. Stack wins. Doesn't matter where you get them. Doesn't matter how you get them. Stack wins and get yourself into the postseason. But that doesn't do anything for the postseason. You could have 15 wins if you played against, like, you know, majority of your games against the Jets, Dolphins, and Titans and Saints, right? So, you know, it doesn't really matter. It depends on what you've done, your body of work. Sometimes your record isn't what it says it is. And it doesn't, like, even if they can right the ship on the second half of the season, because that second half is a lot easier, they still got to play these teams later on in the playoffs. Some of these teams, the Chiefs are going to be there. The Bills are going to be there. You know, so, like, I don't know. They got the Steelers still to go twice. I don't know if it matters. I think that this team there's something not right. The defense can't stop a nosebleed. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's the coaching. I mean, he's been there forever and they've been fine. But there's something not right with the Baltimore Ravens, and definitely in a spot where what makes it more shocking is it's on the defensive side of the ball. What's wrong with the defense? I don't, you know, like, why are they not able to stop? Like, do they need to switch up personnel? I have no idea. But something is not right with the defense.
I agree.
Yeah, it's and like you said, sacrilege, right? Like it's such a
because it's the Ravens
minded, squad that you're just like, and for us to, not for us, but for the general NFL loving audience to pinpoint the defense on the Baltimore Ravens. It took us forever to get there because we don't want to get there because we never thought it would be that. With
Well,
like
last
that
season
issue.
they were good.
Always.
Hamilton was balling.
Yeah.
Hamilton, I was like, yo, he's like the light-skinned Ed Reed out there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, because look, Ed Reed to me is the greatest. Well, there's others. To me, he is, but there's others I wouldn't be mad if you put in there. But just for the sake of argument, Ed Reed is like the one, and he wasn't looking too far from that. Not as good as of a ball hawk, but Lord, could he lay the pause? Y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah, thank you for that, Giant Sparks. Looking at the remaining schedule, I see 8 of their games being winnable, and even if chaos plays out, 9 to 8 could sneak them in. 9 and 8 could sneak them in. Yeah,
it could. You know, and
that's what I was saying.
And then, but listen, Baltimore is a 9 and 8 team coming into the AFC playoffs is dangerous.
Yeah,
you don't want them boys
if they get it fixed,
especially if Lamar's healthy.
But that's what I'm saying. Only if they get it fixed, because if they go in at 9 and 8 and they're playing this way the whole year, they just have to take advantage of weak teams. They're gonna get shell shocked
because that's
when
like
they gotta play something real.
Snuck into the playoffs.
They beat another team that snuck that was weak.
And they starting to streak.
Yeah, at any point when you have a losing record in the NFL, if you have a losing record but a really good team, all you need to do is put enough wins together just to get in the wild card, because you know anything can happen, because that's a hard reset game plan against a team you probably likely played once or twice before, and let's do the damn thing. And then to Caleb's point, Baltimore is one of those squads. If they get their act together second half or even play it out and they just sneak in, like you guys are saying, then who knows? Hey, before I know Woody's got to go, but before we get out of here, before Woody gets out of here, I want to make sure to touch on this topic. Caleb, I want you to go first, and then Woody, and then Gene. Hey, who is most likely? We've talked about a lot of physical losses to teams right now, but let's talk about their first loss this weekend. The Bills, the undefeated Eagles. Who is going to gather their first loss this weekend? Or are they, if that matter? Go ahead.
Caleb. Who do the Bills play?
The Bills have
the Patriots Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
They're not losing.
In Buffalo.
They're beating them. The team that has the biggest chance to lose is our team, is the Eagles, simply because our offense is looking a little shaky, because we're not. You see AJ putting Bible quotes up. Anytime your receivers start quoting God, it's a problem. He's quoting a good book, so that don't look good. Denver has a solid defense. I thought their defense would be better than what it is this season, but there's still no pushovers. Like, they can get after it, and they got a great secondary. They got one of the best corners, if not the best corner in the game right now. So he's going to be on AJ. So he's already out, right? And now it's like, so it can be different. Saquon has not been doing good. He hasn't had a 100-yard rushing game this entire season, right? So our offense is not all the way clicking. So we're in most danger of losing. We are playing them in Philly, and I can't diss Mr. Knicks. I already told you I did it last year. He shut me up. Now I got to speak. I still got to call him Mr. Knicks. So he can ball, right? So I think we're more vulnerable for our first loss than Buffalo is against the Patriots in Buffalo. Because I think King Allen is just playing like he's in Tecmo Bowl. He's just like he's feeling it right now. You know what I mean? It will come later for them. I'm not saying they'll go undefeated or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, in the playoffs, that's where he's gonna really have to, like, because that's when historically he's failed. But I think in the season, these AFC East don't have a shot in hell against them. They might sweep everybody this season.
I think they definitely gonna sweep. Bring out the broom. Buffalo, they're on another level. They're a team on a mission. They were my pick, or I guess still currently are my pick to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. So obviously they're not going 17-0, but I do think they're gonna wax the Patriots. Looking ahead past that, like if both teams win, the Eagles then have the Vikings-Giants before a tough matchup against a team that I had already forgot. God damn, do I have short-term memory loss or what? But that game, I remember saying like, "Oh, okay, that's the game that they would have an issue." Oh, Green Bay.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's
But Green Bay is some timing.
They
No way in hell they should have tied Dallas.
No,
Like,
I mean
they let them score 40 points. It's ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
Green Bay is overrated. I'm serious, and I like them, but they're not that because they nah. Like, I'm not saying they can't beat us because we be sometimey too, but we're a little bit more consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our quarterback don't mind throwing 130 yards. He'll just rush for 7. No, seriously. He'll be 12 for 17, 130 yards, 68 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Like, you know what I mean? Like it that you can almost set your watch to that. So it's gonna the Packers are up and down. They're I don't know.
Definitely up and down.
Yeah.
But if they up.
I know if they up, then yeah. Where are we playing them in Green Bay or are they coming to Philly?
I think it's in Green Bay.
Great question. It's in Green Bay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like week 10.
They'll be hyped.
The Bills, on the other hand, we all assuming they smacking New England. They definitely smacking Atlanta. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, Atlanta's bad this year. I don't know what happened. I thought they were going to be good too.
I thought that as well. The Panthers, but now we got Kansas City.
Yeah, week 9.
Week 9. So
the Bills are going to beat Kansas City.
It's in Buffalo.
They're definitely beating Kansas City. Now, Patrick can do his thing, but here's the thing, and I love Goat Mahomes, no disrespect, but teams are starting to pick up on his thing. And these seasons, he's been doing this for a while. You see how he kind of got a weird walk and limp now? Like, I'm serious. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not quite the same. If they said Lamar is losing a little bit of the burst, you think Patrick not? You know what I mean? Like, you can see it. I'm serious. Not saying
we gotta get him more receiving help, man. Like
that's the thing. But they got Hollywood Brown back to stretch the field. I think they should get Rashid Rice back.
There's a lot of talk about them going after Hill. That's not happening now.
No.
But I tell you what, if the Bills can get past Kansas City,
Hill
week 9
may not be the same when he comes back.
Yeah,
he'll be.
I saw it live. Let me tell you something. The way that because his whole game is his legs, and to lose the knee like that, man, you're definitely gonna lose. You're definitely gonna have a slight hitch in your giddy up. I tell you that it ain't gonna be the cheetah speed no more. He'll be more like leopard.
There's
He'll fast.
And I wish I remembered it. I wish I remembered the handle. But on IG, there's a doctor, or at least a doctors that I follow, and they break down football injuries, but they do an X-ray thing. So it's like it doesn't. How do I say? It doesn't look as gruesome as it does when you see it in real time, because when the player's about to get injured, they pause it and then it goes into an X-ray mode. They kind of zoom in a little bit, and then wherever the fracture is, the stress is, it goes red, and they show you, and then they explain what the injury is specifically, because we all know sometimes it's shrouded in mystery and just big words. They explain what the injury is. They explain how long it would take for recovery in that position for that player, and it's very, very interesting. If I can find it before the end, I'll check it out, because it's just a cool thing to look at, to understand football injuries a little bit more accurately and a little bit more in layman's terms. You know what I mean? So that's that. Woody, listen, we don't want to keep it any longer than you got to be here. You do the damn thing, sir. Any weekend words for the fan out there?
I do have one little thing to say, and I'm going to ask one of you to speak on it, because tomorrow is one of the biggest cards of the UFC calendar.
Hey, I so can't wait. It's going to be fire.
Oh my God. We got started with that. You know what I'm saying? Back in the building trying to reclaim his belt. Marab's
Sanhagen.
Yes, I mean, that's
Khalil Roundtree and Yuri.
That's a fight of the night. That's a fight of the night, in my opinion. I mean, that's all dug. So before I head out here, that's what I wanted. I wanted to hear Caleb's treatment. I'll go first. First. You can tell me how off the mark I am. For the main event, I want Poatan, to win that, get his belt back. But I just feel like, Ankalaev, almost like not like a Usman Edwards, like where Edwards the third time felt like he was just so much better. The confidence of becoming champion. I think Ankalaev is unfortunately going to beat my guy Poatan by a decision again. I think Merab, he's just a machine. Like, I know Sanhagen is dangerous. I know it's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a super close fight. But if Merab doesn't get knocked out, I don't think he's losing. Like, he needs to get knocked out to lose. That's where his cardio is at right now. So I got Merab by decision. And then, of course, this is like my personal, like my favorite fight, Yuri and Roundtree. These are two dogs. No one's going for takedowns. Like, it's only going to be stand up.
Roundtree?
No,
Khalil.
Khalil. Khalil. That's very funny.
What you know about Richard Roundtree? Yeah. That's his great uncle. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't. Is that you being serious?
No, I'm just.
But
he's a bad mother.
I think
right.
Yuri, he has the unorthodox striking. I feel like, I hate betting against Yuri unless he's fighting Poatan. So I'm going to go Yuri. So that's it. Ankalaev, Merab, Yuri.
Well, I got to say this. James Geraldo Wadowski. I think you're right. I hate to say it, but my only, Sanhagen said he thinks Merab won't be able to take him down. That's what he keeps saying. And he said, and if you do, I'm going to get right back up. So maybe he's working on that, because I do agree that Corey has better striking. But I don't know if he can keep the pressure off, because Merab is always coming. So he forces you. So Corey better have that spinning back elbow that you see been working lately. He's been knocking everybody out. He need one of them, right? Where you can catch him running in. Outside of that, I think it's Merab. Oh, God. Ankalaev. I just think he's too big. I think he's natural. Because, Poatan fought at middleweight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ankalaev has come down to fight in light heavyweight. Like, he came for light heavyweight because it's like, I have a strength advantage, because heavyweight is where the big guys are. So I think he's too big. I really do. So I agree that he's going to beat him. But I think this time it might be a stoppage. I think because I think they're going to really go at it, because I think Alex is going to force that, because Alex knows he does have strength, and he can, because I don't care how big you are, you connect to this in the right way, 99, right? Yeah. So I think he's going to put the pressure on for that. And for that, it's going to cause the other reaction of having to go get it. And I think dude is strong, just bigger. So I'm going with Ankalaev, even though I would love to see Poatan. And I think Yuri beats Roundtree, because he's too unorthodox, and Roundtree needs rhythm.
Exactly.
It's why Poatan beat him so bad, because he needs rhythm. He fights with a rhythm. So when you throw it off, he has to reset. There were some fighters like Tito Trinidad. That was his problem. Tito would get beat by guys that didn't let him reset. Winky Wright beat him because Tito had to step, lock, and then he could go. So when he would step, he would jab. Boom. And just shit. And then he had to do it again. Boom. And then again. So he was just getting beat. That's what it is with Roundtree. He has to get set before he can move. And Yuri is just, he's not that. So that's why I think Yuri beats him. But it should be a good fight. I'm excited. And so now you can go. But yes, sir. I think you're right. But I expect great fights. I really do.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate you guys. We will be talking as always. And I'll try to tune in.
Have a great time at the Jet game. Real quick, you got an event at the Jet game this week. I thought you were going to talk about that, bro.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm hosting tailgate at MetLife Stadium. That is Sunday, so I'm actually flying to Jersey tomorrow. I'll be watching UFC from a hotel. We will be in parking lot D1. So if anyone is at MetLife, they watching the Cowboys whoop the Jets candy ass, you can at least get a slider before D1. And I'll be there. I got a DJ, I got a professional chef. We got games, we got cornhole, we got all this type of stuff.
You gotta wear the Jets jersey inside out.
It should be fun.
Sports Reds will be there too. Make sure you give Abby a big hug for us.
Yes. Yep. She'll be there. We got a couple people Pulling up. We sold 60 tickets to the game through the tailgate. So
Amazing.
It'll be a pack of us.
Amazing. You heard it here first. If you're in the area, go check out Woody and the crew, man. It sounds like it's gonna be an absolute blast. Woody, once again, thank you for your service, sir. Have a great time. Keep us in the know. Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely. Peace, guys.
Later, bro.
Peace. We're going to keep this machine going for another couple minutes, only a couple more topics left. I want to make sure that we get to this weekend game. Again, we are staying in the AFC. Man, we got another London game coming up, another European festivity. I love these European games, man, because over here in East Coast, as you guys know, except for Caleb, like, this is great. 9:30 a.m. football game.
Yep.
And then you get to just like chill out, have some lunch, and then boom, next thing you know, you got all those 1 p.m.s, those 4s. Then you got the nighter. What are we doing all day?
I love it. I wish they would do one every single week.
It's
every
fantastic.
single week.
Fantastic.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
You really know when you really need to learn more about UFC when your only contribution to the conversation is Shaft. So,
dude, that's more than I've ever contributed to their UFC conversation.
I love it. When they go, me and you just sit and be like,
yeah.
Well, you gotta listen. I'm a huge fight fan, and obviously Woody is too. So we can talk about it. And it was just a small little thing because it is. I can't wait for it tomorrow. Like I'm really like this is gonna be great. But,
I love it too. I just don't. I'm not to the same level that you guys, and I'm not as educated about it as you guys. I just like seeing the fights, you know.
I get it. I'm gonna just say this right quick because I don't know how much longer we're gonna go. I don't understand how we have not talked about how the Cubs beat the Padres.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Listen, the Yankees beat Boston 4-0, right? So the Yankees play your boys. They're coming to play y'all.
Yeah,
Listen. And then the Cubs beat the Guardians. Cleveland beat them last year in the ALDS, right? I'm like, yo, this is going to be crazy. Like, look. I love baseball. I can only watch it in October. So, like, the best out of 3 series is so dope because it's so much better.
Rob's in the house.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm just saying, certified Rob is in the house.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? We're
quick.
gonna jump into it right now. We might as well just do it because the energy is emphatic. It's I love it. Hey,
Dodgers and Philly.
Listen. If you guys are just tuning in, don't forget this is the Pop Off Podcast. We're doing the things. We're taking your comments. We're spinning it into more conversation. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share, and all those fun things. But right now, Caleb just went off. We are talking about the MLB now. We are just jumping in. It is going to happen, and we're talking about the ALDS and the NLDS. All those pathways to get to where we are at now have been wild storylines. If you're not into baseball, that's all good, man, because you should jump on right now. Caleb will give us a very quick summary, and let's talk about the home teams first, and then we'll go from there. We're talking about the New York Yankees coming up here to the Great White North, battling my Toronto Blue Jays, and that is the segue into Nigel's Cap Corner. Haven't done it for a minute, but this here is a special one. I took this out of the vault, out of the archive. I have not worn this hat ever. I haven't even taken a photo of this hat. Check this out. This here is satin. You see that? You see that sheen there? Is that satin hat right there?
Like my drawers.
Yeah. I hate you so much for You got that World Series. You got that World Series.
Certified Rob know what I'm talking about. Certified. Tell him about the satin draw. You know what I'm saying? Only the real ones know about them.
You got the World Series stitching here. Champions 92, 93, back-to-back, baby. That's the legacy that we live in. This is a snapback. I don't wear a lot of them, but this one I appreciate. And obviously, you got the white New Era flag on there. You got a great UV and some black guts in there, man. This one is slick, and it feels so good. Let's talk about the New York Yankees.
Was that like the 30-year anniversary of those championships or something?
Yeah, at least, and I'm okay with it. We're okay with it up here.
The one that hat you're gonna have in 30 years from now is gonna be. It's not gonna say World Series. It'll say the day we almost beat the Yankees.
Oh, very funny. The doorbell. That's probably another hat.
It's hats or toys. One of the two. It's hats or toys. Yeah. So did you watched the Yankee game yesterday, right?
Did I?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bro, Cam Schlittler.
Oh
Slitty.
my! Listen,
Slitty is like
listen. He's a rookie, looking like the big unit out there.
Do we have our own Paul Skeens in New York now? Is that what I'm seeing?
Listen, he was throwing 100-mile. He looked like
Missed
Ricky
the whole
Bobby.
game.
He
Yeah,
looked like
the whole
Ricky
game.
Bobby. I mean, right down the fit. I was like, yeah.
He's got crazy movement on that fastball too, on that four-seamer.
Man, and he's just looking like nothing. Like what y'all think is
unfazed.
what I do. It was ridiculous. I was like, that dude is something special. I was like, he's a problem. He's a problem. Man,
Yeah.
I know, right? Listen, I was like, yo, this dude's a rookie. Shut it down. Shut it down. I mean, the heat is crazy. And he's got a he threw a rising fastball. That joint was coming through and then just went out. Dude was like, oh, like hitting nothing but air. And he just turned his back on him. I was like, yeah.
Yep.
Like, what y'all think this is? Listen. When I saw Aaron Judge go up to him, it was like, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But he can only do one game. I mean, unless they use him as a closer, if they, like Mariano or something. But listen, that dude is phenomenal. It's
well, I think he's scheduled to pitch game 4 the next round. If as long as we don't go with 3, I think he's scheduled to pitch because it's going to be either Warren or Hill. I think it's going to be Hill because he's just a better pitcher. I leave Warren for like long relief on it if you need someone out of the pen, and then it's going to go Fried, Rodon, and then I think Schlitty after that. So, but can you imagine what we could be looking at next year? Where if you got Cole back and he's healthy, Fried at the number 2, Rodon at the number 3, Schlitty would be your number 4, and then you put Hill as your number 5. I mean, the guy won Rookie of the Year last year.
right.
We could be looking at like a dynamic starting rotation.
Well, you need it.
Yeah, we're gonna.
It's all about pitching.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll tell you what, I killed Boone after game 1 because he totally was outmanaged in game 1, totally outmanaged. And I lost my mind a little bit. I don't think he did anything really great after that. They just weren't more talented. What I did love that he did was he managed the pitching staff great yesterday. The kid was still feeling it. You still let me roll the dice, go with another inning. He was still feeling it again. Let me roll the dice, go with another. And he got him through 8. I'll be fair. I'm talking to a buddy on the phone, or we're texting back and forth during the game, and I'm like, he got through 5. Knowing Boone, he's probably pulling him after 5. Came out for the 6. I was like, all right, he's definitely pulling. He's not pitching the 7. Came out for the 7. And then you see him when he came off the field after the 7th, him saying like, "You still got some," and so you knew he was coming out for the 8th. It's I had coming into this series, I said my personal prediction was going to be Cubs, Red Sox, Cubs winning the whole thing. But with a caveat is if the Red Sox don't win this series, then I think the Yankees will. I really think whoever won this series is going to the World Series. Right. But I think ultimately losing to the Cubs. I just think the Cubs have just a special team this year, and I think I like what they beat a great team in the Padres yesterday. I think they're really good. So yes, I do think Toronto's tough, man. I'm not saying Toronto's not. I'm not saying we're going to steamroll Toronto by any stretch. That's a tough squad you guys get up there in the North, right?
Right.
I do think push comes to shove, we actually win the series. But I would love to really hear what Nigel has to say.
Listen, okay, great. I'm back.
He said, okay, great.
This city is one of the most electric cities when teams are winning, and not only when they're winning, when they're all winning together. The city of Toronto needs this, whether it's going the distance with the Yankees, but it's at the very least, it's putting up a fight because right now we rallied so hard for this squad. I told you guys earlier, this is about the team. This is just a general summary. I told you guys earlier that I went to multiple games in the first half of this season for dirt cheap, sat wherever I wanted. After the it was a different story. I literally went to 2 games, had to sit exactly where my ticket said I had to sit, and it was rammed. the Jays, the squad was on board, and everybody understands the assignment. I think that's the same thing that we're going in now. Now we had our slump against teams like who's that? Not Kansas City, Tampa Bay, and we also got beat up recently by a little bit of from Boston, and there was another squad. I can't remember who it was right now. Kansas City, I think. But just that like last month was rough. The last 2 weeks was really rough, and it came down to the last regular season day of baseball. And we won because of that tiebreak that we had over your Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
That was enough momentum for this squad to get some rest, win the division, get some rest, put up another pennant next season. And now we got to do this thing because we just played you guys, 2 weeks ago, 3
Mm-hmm.
weeks ago? So now this is a grudge match now.
Yeah.
This series is going to be dire and it's going to be intense. And I want to say in my heart of hearts that the Blue Jays will come out on top. They'll win it by just one, but it's like you guys are the Yankees. It's the Yankees. This is one of those teams that's like
Evil Empire.
Yeah. Once they get into the playoffs, it's a whole new season, and your squad takes it the most serious out of all of them
Because they win all the time.
That's exactly my point. So it's
and
like
they mad about the Dodgers.
Oh man. So, I think we do have 100% a fighting chance. I say that with my chest out.
Mhm.
I just can't wait to see how this plays out. Cause this is super exciting, man. Cause right now you're walking on those streets and like, there's just Jay swag, like nobody's business. And people are looking at each other. It's like when the Raptors were on that run to win the championship. And people are looking at each other, and we're not even saying shit.
You just know, right?
And we just know. You got a hat on, you got a jersey on or a sweater on, and we just know. And that is the best time to live in a metropolitan city that has a squad that has a chance, that hasn't had a chance for a very long time. This kind of came out of nowhere. And so now we got to make do and press. So I think this series is going to go the distance, man. This is going to be a fun one, real fun one.
I just can't believe the Padres got beat like that. They're like, anyway, or the Mets is the worst.
Oh yeah. The Mets is brutal.
I tell you what,
but,
I didn't want to bring it up with Woody here.
Yeah, I know. That's why he said he didn't want to talk baseball. That's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, but yeah, it's going to be a great postseason. I think it's like you said, it's a new season. It's going to be interesting. But I think the Jays. I think they're going to. I think the series is going to come down to the wire. I think it will.
Yeah.
I think it will.
So the first game is tomorrow, 4:08 here in Toronto, Eastern time. We'll see how that game plays out because I think game one
sets
a little bit of two, but yes. But I think game one, especially in baseball, I think that's really going to set the tone. It's a lot different than in basketball and other sports where scores can jockey and go back and forth so quickly and so fast. Baseball, it's a little slower that way, but out of nowhere, things can escalate and change. Game one is tomorrow. Once again at 4:08 Eastern. The other games in the American League are the number 6 Tigers going to the Mariners, which is interesting. Number 2, they are just crushing as well. So that game is at 8:30.
I think the Mariners beat them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I think I might give you a sweep.
And then we have the National League game 1 that's happening at 6:38 Eastern, and that is the Dodgers going to the Phillies. Phillies back again. I think they missed last. No,
Phillies are dope.
Missed last year, or is it a wild card?
The Dodgers.
They were in the playoffs last year. They were in the playoffs.
The Dodgers just got too many bats, man. They just got too many bats.
Yeah, they got a lot of bats.
Once they start going, it's a tragedy.
Philly's tough too, though. Philly's gonna. That's gonna be a fun.
They are. They
be a fun series.
They gotta be on it. With the Dodgers, you gotta beat them and step on their neck, beat them. You can't. If you up 4 runs and then somebody get a hit and get the base and here it comes.
You can't take your foot off the gas with them. You can't do it or else it's over for you.
I'll be honest. I'm not too nervous about game 1. I'm not even really. I don't think we'll win game 1 as a Yankee fan, and I'm not worried about it because it's our 4th starter. After that, we're gonna go, Fried, Rodon, and Schlittler. So my thing is, if I'm gonna lose a game, I want to lose with. I'd rather have one of those guys where I say, okay, because now at least I know I got my next 3 guys are tough. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like game 1, and again, listen, Hill's tough to beat too. I'm not, he was the rookie of the year last year. He just missed so much time this year. But I do think that we can afford to lose game one just because the way our pitching is set up.
Yeah, I mean, you can, but you never want to listen.
Oh, listen, I'd love to sweep all the way through, but
yeah.
I feel like if there's a game to lose, it's game one.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And last but
when that season's over, but Nigel, when the season's over, don't worry, you can go back to your Blue Bombers.
Go back to the Argos? Is that what you're talking about?
Was it the Argonauts? I thought they were the Blue Bombers.
No, that's Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
I thought it was. You sure it's not the Toronto Blue Bombers? It would make sense.
Am I sure?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Am I sure?
That's
last
funny.
but not least, game one is the Cubs at the Brewers. The Brewers have just taken on they are lightning in a bottle right now.
Yeah.
So they're destroying. So that's at that Saturday. That is 2:08 start. That's Eastern time, all times Eastern. So the playoff bracket has started and it starts tomorrow. So make sure to tune in. Catch a little bit. Just catch a little bit. It's tight. Listen.
Nothing better than playoff baseball.
Nothing better than playoff baseball. There is a little bit of time left. I want to tackle this comment real quick, and then we're going to move on and have a great weekend. The WNBA, woo! There's been a lot of stuff going on. Specifically, the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, has been under fire. It's a lot of players that have been not only commented, but they have also
support in 4.
Can I be honest? I agree. I feel like that layoff is going to hurt the Brewers.
But 4? That's a sweep.
Yeah.
No, they only play 5 games in the ALDS, I think. Did they change that? Am I wrong?
He said in 4. It doesn't matter whether it's 5 games or 7 games. The series is over.
Oh, yeah, no, but I'm saying it's not a sweep. It's 3-1.
Oh, okay. But I'm just saying, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, yeah, and I agree. I think the Brewers, I think it's too much of a layoff for them. I would think I'd be nervous if I was Nigel too, because I feel like that's something that could hurt the Blue Jays as well. I hated it. I told me and Yarb were talking about it not that long ago. We worked together. I said to him, I said, listen, I'd much rather make it as the wild card because I don't want. We're hot right now, especially if you're hot. You don't want that layoff. You don't need to take a week off. Keep playing. So, and this is going to be 6 days off for these guys.
And that's the thing that me about the Jays having some time off is like you gained all that momentum. You had that amazing rush of winning the ALDS. You had an amazing fan base. Everybody packed the Sky Dome and stayed for that whole party. And then you're like, cool, let's get some rest and chill out. It's always getting back. We've seen it in the NBA, man. We've seen it in the NBA. Happens all the time. So it's like they got to get on the horse. That's why I'm saying game one for us is pivotal because we got to make sure we get that momentum. That's the background of what I was saying.
Yeah.
I get that.
But the WNBA, yes, sir.
Yeah. So real quick, WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, she's been under fire. A lot of players have reprimanding her for a lot of things. A lot of it comes down to money issues and whatnot and how the organization is run. Curious to get your takes on what is happening in the WNBA because we also have the WNBA Finals, which is the Phoenix Mercury and the Las Vegas Aces going toe-to-toe, which starts, I think, tonight, but I have to double check.
You're right.
Yeah, tonight. Caleb, thoughts on what's going on in the WNBA?
I think what happened is that the commissioner got Nafisa Collier, put her out there by revealing what she said. And even though it's not supposed to be literally private because it was a meeting, so it's not like she's texting you on the cell phone or something and it's between y'all versus a real meeting, which she was in. So I don't think Nafisa did anything nefarious. You see what I did there? Oh, but what I will say is what she said is insanity. You never insult I don't think Caitlin is great. I think she's a phenomenal passer, but I think she's way overrated. I think Paige Beckers is leaps and bounds better than her.
Well, amen. I feel like I'm the only one that says that. I love that.
I'm serious because I watched them. I watched the WNBA. I'm telling you, she's not as good as but she's extremely popular. It's like, oh my God.
And that says something too.
So no, she's good. But that's not the point. The point.
I'm just saying I agree with you on Beckers.
You don't insult her. She's the reason why the league has grown leaps and bounds. It's like each team is worth double than what it was before she got there, right? And you're going to say she's lucky that she has your platform or she wouldn't have $16 million off the court. It's like, are you crazy? She could be in Ice Cube's Big Three and still be doing this.
Which wasn't over. That was offered.
Right. She has popularity. See, the reason why Julius Caesar was able to take over Rome, what people don't understand, is because he had the people. See, when you got the people, it don't matter. You got everything. And that's what Caitlyn got. And she insulted that woman. Right. And not just her, but other players. But when it came out, what she said about Caitlyn, then Caitlyn says, I think what Fee said is right on. You're done. Like your tenure is over. So if I was her, I'd either apologize thoroughly when her statement was trash, like profusely. She needs to give out one of them Diddy statements. I mean, I was just messed up.
She should send her a gift basket or something.
I was gone. Y'all don't know I was in such a dark time. You better do that because, or get out because the players want her gone. And maybe she needs to be because they need a forward-thinking person in that position that knows how to manage everybody's star quality to get the most out of everything. And that's what they're missing. Their league is worth $3 billion now, right? Which is nothing compared to the other male leagues, but that league was never worth that. Now it's like, how do you turn it to 9? Right? Like that's how you should be thinking, not by saying your best, most popular player. Oh, Michael Jordan's lucky he plays in the NBA. Right. Or he wouldn't have these Nikes. It's like, okay, but you don't like, why insult the man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so that's all I'm saying. I think she messed up and I think her goose is cooked. I think she should just go and let somebody else come in. Magic Johnson should run it. No, I'm just playing.
No, he's in the mix of someone I would say that needs to take over it as maybe not commissioner, but help run this league. I'm all for it. You know who else? Maybe Jeannie Buss. I want to. Jeannie Buss would be a fantastic.
She would be phenomenal. That's actually a good one.
I'm kind of on board. I'm on board.
She's a female, right? She helped. If any of us know the history of the Lakers, we've seen it on the HBO show, and I'm not sure how true it was, but she was a huge part of what brought the NBA back. You remember that? That was when the NBA wasn't really so popular, and her father and the Lakers were really what kind of spurred it up, and to basically, to be the league that it's now become. She would be a perfect fit to run this league. Again, she's a female, so she has that aspect of it taken care of as far as being able to, talk to the young women of the WNBA, and she knows what it's like, man, to really to build something special and something huge like they did with the Lakers all those years ago, which helped turn the NBA into a powerhouse. Again, I'll say it again. The NBA was not a powerhouse before Magic and Bird. Now, that was partly them, but it was also part of some of the stuff that Dr. Buss did with the Lakers to really kind of help expand the league. I think Jeannie Buss, again, have Magic Johnson involved, because I think he's phenomenal too. Have them run the WNBA. Because what came out in a negotiation come out like that? No. But I get it. When you're negotiating, you just want to get your it was great as far as trying to sway public opinion, right? I mean, the Breece Collier, forget about even just wanting to come clean with what was said. Like, if you're looking for public, to sway public opinion and making the commissioner look like you did it. You know what I'm saying? So, I would love to see there be a change. I think Jeannie Buss would be the perfect fit, hands down, for that role. And listen, a couple of years ago, we'd never even talk about the WNBA on this show. But the show first started during the not WNBA, but if anyone remembers, it started during the NCAA, of where it was Angel Reese and with the whole thing with this, the you can't see me with her and Caitlin Clark, and that's where that all started. It was, I guess, their junior years. Because they still had another year left of college. But when that whole thing kind of exploded, our first shows where I think we're talking about that game. So we've seen it grow heavily since then. And before that, I don't know if we ever would have talked about college or about women's basketball. But now it's something that you can talk about, pretty routinely, because it has become such a big part of what's going on in sports and social media and everything else. But I would think Jeannie Buss would be a phenomenal fit.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. So much so I just hit my man. I just hit Stephen A. I told him, I said,
hey,
Jimmy Buss. And
tell
I'm
him,
gonna see. We're gonna see.
If he uses that, I won't tell him I won't say.
If he comes on and says,
if he says,
if he does, Gene, you know it's you. That came from you. I promise you.
I got access, so I'm watching First Take, and I'm watching all these things now. So I mean, if I see it as well, our group chat's gonna blow up big time.
I don't know if you can see my phone, but I just hit him. This is me texting Stephen A. Like SA up here, right? You'll see SA up here, and this is me texting him right there.
We got evidence. The evidence is there. The receipt is there. Hey, you know what, man? You also have the receipts to know that we had a fantastic show here. We had a fantastic time. All four of us formed like Voltron in the beginning. It was great. Woody had to leave with some prior obligations, but you know what? We finished out. What a great time. Thank you for the 65 plus across all the platforms that hung out with us today and joked with us and contributed to the conversation. Man, what a blast that was. There's a ton of sports coming up this weekend. This is why I love the fall. You get to hang with your dudes. You get to chat sports because all of the things are happening. NBA is back with the king. Yes, plus 70 plus. Hello and thank you. WNBA finals happening tonight. The ALDS, NLDS, all that stuff is happening tomorrow. Not to mention football in London, first thing Sunday morning, all the way till Sunday night. Sports are popping off just like us. Hey, weekend words before we get out of here. Gene Fitzmagic, what do you got for the people?
Enjoy October, guys, because this is one of those rare times of the year where you get all your sports. Hockey starting soon.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball starting soon. We got our playoff, the best part of baseball, the playoff baseball. We got our football. Enjoy it, guys. We have WNBA finals starting this week. So enjoy it. Go Yankees. And yeah, man. I got a little channel house cleaning, guys. A week from today, at 7:00 at night is debuting Weekend Update with Destino, another show. So, and it's gonna be doing a lot of gambling, a lot of prop bets, a lot of stuff like that. So, if you want to know where to put your money for Saturday and Sunday, make sure you tune in on Friday nights, 7:00. So, we want to welcome him to the channel. So, we talked about a bunch of new shows coming to be part of this channel. This is the first one of that next phase of shows. So I think that puts us at 5 shows, 6 time slots. And so everyone that's been with us from day one, we appreciate it, man. You know, it's hard starting over at a new place and starting from zero. So we want to, just want to say we appreciate everyone that came over with us, that's new to the channel, that just found us here. We appreciate it. And to Stephen A. Smith, I want full credit if you mention that on the show.
I promise. Hey, listen, if he says it, I'm definitely gonna make sure.
Here's the deal: if Stephen A. uses it, he's got to come on an episode.
He definitely won't do that. He'll be like, "Yeah, right. Y'all got to come to mine."
Listen, we'll go to First Take.
I know that would be
also. What are we putting on this Blue Jay game? This Blue Jay Yankee series? Are we gonna put something on it?
Oh, we should. Yeah, let's go. We can work real quick, and then we'll. Oh shoot. I don't know, Caleb. No, don't say anything yet, Caleb. What are we putting on this? So it's public knowledge.
You might come down. Are you still might come down for the Toronto Raptor game?
Potentially. Yeah, that's.
If you do, we'll put a meal on it. How about that?
Great. Love it.
And if I ever get to Toronto, we'll put a meal up there. I just don't
sound like it's gonna happen.
No, I do. Look, I really would love to visit. And I'll tell you, you posted some food recently. Over the last couple weeks, different food.
Yeah, come Carabana weekend, son.
Yeah. So maybe that. Yeah. So if you don't come down for the Magic Raptors, and we don't get a nice meal somewhere in Orlando, which is a really good place to eat, then I'm coming to Toronto for Carabana weekend. And yeah,
love it.
It's so crazy to have a whole festival to celebrate carabiners. Those are the hooks that you put on when you rock climb, right?
Right. Oh boy, Caleb. Weekend words for me.
What are you talking about?
No, we're moving on. No. Do not.
Dignify that with a response.
Do not feed in. Caleb, weekend words, man.
Yes, y'all enjoy the weekend. Enjoy your family. Peace and love.
Amazing. Hey, and on behalf of Woody, myself, Caleb, Gene Fitzmagic, have the best weekend. To Caleb's point, love the family, love what you do, have a great time, enjoy whatever weather you have, and enjoy that health, man. This has been another edition of the Pop Off. We will see you next week. Don't forget to jump on to our Instagram, the Pop Off Sports Show, on IG, the Pop Off Sports Show. We got a ton of videos up there. We're populating it more and more as we go along. So do the damn thing. Like, subscribe, share. And I'm Nigel Downer, and I'm also out because I got a hat to buy. Peace.